Happy Friday! Let's fire it up, your First Alert weather live stream. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Steve Balon in the First Alert Weather Center. We are getting ready to head into the holiday weekend. We should take a moment, though, to pause because, well, Monday is Memorial Day, and we wouldn't have this holiday weekend and a lot of the freedoms and liberties that we have if it wasn't for those who've served our country and paid the ultimate sacrifice. So for the soldiers who came before us and did what they did, thank you from the bottom of my heart and everybody else's hearts. We think about you and your families during this holiday weekend. Let's talk about what the weather is going to be doing. Let's give you a live look. Well, I probably should advance the graphics, right? So we can get a live view from our Green Bay Sky Cam. We've had some early sunshine, but now I'm seeing the clouds are starting to fill in. We are following the same script that we had yesterday. As of last check, 49 degrees here in Titletown. Brisk north wind at 14 miles an hour. So 49 in Green Bay, 47 in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. It's also 47 in Kewaunee. We're up to 51 degrees in Shawano. And a lot of our high temperatures, at least in the Fox Valley, will be close to 60 this afternoon. 60 in Green Bay, that's about as mild as it was yesterday. We'll have thickening clouds, so the afternoon looks mostly cloudy. It's probably going to be dry. It wouldn't be surprised if somebody gets a sprinkle, but it's just a slight chance. Here's a look at First Alert Pinpoint Predictor, and we're starting it off about 20 minutes from now, and you can see the cloud cover from about Appleton, Manitowoc, and to the north. Areas southwest still have a little bit of some sunshine, but that may not last much longer. Mostly cloudy, 1 o'clock this afternoon, and the clouds break open a bit in the Fox Valley around 5 p.m. People coming home from work, we'll see a little bit of sun sneaking out. Clouds may prove to be a little bit tougher to go towards the upper Michigan border in Door County, but I think this evening we'll all turn partly cloudy. The wind, it's still noticeable. There's still some gusts up around 20 plus miles an hour. But that wind is not going to be quite as strong as it has been the past couple days. Out of the north and northwest, around 10 to 15 miles an hour. And that wind is going to slow down as we go into tonight. And that sets the stage for our next weather maker. We're going to have not one, but 2 chances of frost the next couple nights. And most of the frost is going to be in the north woods. However, if you're watching this in the Fox Valley, and across east central Wisconsin, and you've got a spring garden with cold sensitive plants, you may want to play it safe just in case. Here's what's going on. We got a belt of high pressure to our west, and that stable weather maker is drifting in our direction. It's going to sit over top of us during the holiday weekend, and that's going to give us some nice weather. Our low temperatures, however, will get a little bit colder because as high pressure comes in, the air is going to be a lot calmer. That tends to lead to some colder overnight lows. So tonight, especially from the Fox Valley and Northwest, our lows will fall back into the 30s. And where First Alert Pinpoint Predictor is painting that purple color, there may be some areas of scattered frost. Most likely in north central Wisconsin. But notice around the Fox Valley in Fond du Lac County, Calumet County, there's that little purple shading there. Low-lying spots could have a thin candy coating of some frost late tonight into daybreak Saturday. And then Saturday night into daybreak Sunday, there's another possible bout of frost, especially up towards Highway 8, north of Highway 64. But if you've got a very good eye, you can see that faint purple color in inland areas of Door County, Kewaunee, Manitowoc counties. That's where sometimes, especially in those climatologically cool spots, you get just a little bit colder. Might be cold enough to see just a hint of some frost. So I think this really boils down to your risk tolerance. I suspect that most folks who've got gardens in the valley in east central Wisconsin will be okay through the weekend. But if you want to play it safe, I don't blame you. It might be a close call. In the North Woods, if you've got that spring garden going, you probably should cover up the plants. So there's your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. Today, thickening clouds, a high of 60. Now, that's Green Bay's high temperature. Other high temperatures across the area, low 60s in the valley, a high of 59 in Fond du Lac, but highs in the 50s will be more likely along the lakeshore and across the North Woods. 70 is average, so a lot of our high temperatures still remain about 10 degrees colder than normal. Saturday, partly cloudy to partly sunny. A couple sprinkles are possible across northern Wisconsin, a high of 64. Speaking of northern Wisconsin, here is the cabin forecast. If you're heading north to the cabin or the cottage, I do suspect you'll see more clouds across northern Wisconsin tomorrow. But as the weekend moves on, you'll see more and more of sunshine, high temperatures rising through the 60s. It looks like on Memorial Day Monday, our highs will be very close to 70 degrees. And fire danger is probably going to be moderate. That's something that always bears some watching this time of year. Now, Sunday during the day, 66 and partly cloudy, but temperatures will drop at night. So you're going to need to dress warmly as you're going with family to celebrate De Pere's fireworks show. Fair skies, temperatures in the low 50s. So have the jacket or the sweatshirt. If you've got those folding chairs, make sure you bring a blanket to kind of snuggle up, maybe next to someone who you love. Keep warm. Enjoy the fireworks show. It's always a good show. But it's usually, one of those events where sometimes the weather is iffy. This year, it'll be dry, but it is going to be a little bit on the crisp side. And there's a look at the next several days on your Super 7-day forecast. Memorial Day Monday looks good for parades and ceremonies. We'll have our high temperatures rising to the upper 60s, about 70. Here's a map of the high temperatures I'm expecting on Monday. Upper 60s in the Fox Valley, a high of 72 for Memorial Day for Wapaka, about 70 in the North Woods. Lakeside, low and mid 60s. So getting back to more normal high temperatures as we go into early next week. Now, speaking of next week, our next decent chance of rain appears to be on Wednesday, and maybe those showers linger into Thursday morning, but otherwise we'll have decreasing clouds and highs in the low 70s. So, Memorial Day weekend. You may be sticking around town, but you also may be heading out of town. Maybe you're traveling somewhere across the region. Maybe you're catching a flight somewhere. And you know what? It really doesn't matter where you're going. Wherever you go, our forecast will work on our free WBAY First Alert Weather app. Just make sure you punch in the city that you want, and as you tap that app, your forecasts get delivered to you for free right wherever you are, and it updates multiple times a day, and it definitely is a nice feature to have and a little peace of mind as you try to enjoy your holiday weekend. All right, so there you go. There's our First Alert Weather live stream. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic Friday. I hope you have a great Memorial Day holiday weekend. I hope it's a safe one as well. And as a reminder, today is Bill Jartz's last day on air at Action 2 News. His last newscast is 6 o'clock tonight. And Bill's been a pillar at this television station for about 4 decades. And everybody in town knows Bill because in some way Bill has touched your heart. He has been a part of your life, whether you've been sitting in the living room watching him all these years, or you know some of the nonprofits that he has helped raise money for, so much money helping out our community. And Bill is just a genuinely sweet, gentle man, got a big hearty laugh, always comes up and says, how you're doing? You know, he's like the uncle that you wish you had. And we're going to miss him here at Channel 2. I'm sure we'll still see him after today, after his last day doing the news for us. I'm sure we'll see him sometimes dropping by to say hi, sometimes around town. But it's going to be, kind of bittersweet to see Bill, retire. He's really earned it. He's really earned his stripes. And we're so happy for him. But it'll be sad to see him not be in the anchor chair, as I'm sure it'll be sad for you. So make sure you join us tonight. Make sure you watch our 6 o'clock newscast tonight. I know you probably have a lot on your plate this holiday weekend. You're looking forward to doing stuff with the family. But just give Bill 30 minutes of your time tonight at 6. I'm sure that'll be time well spent for you and for your family. So thank you in advance. I appreciate that. Have a great weekend. See you around.